Welcome and what is up there, everybody? This is Casper with Casper Crypto, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the biggest Dogecoin news that are currently out, and this stuff is going to be mind-blowing, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit of analysis, a little bit of news, and how this will affect the Dogecoin price. So also giving you guys a little bit of a price prediction of what you can expect Dogecoin to go up to, the price point, or if it does have a worst case scenario where it could drop to, or what a good buying opportunity for Dogecoin would be. So before we get started into the video, I'd really appreciate you guys could smash that like button below and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you guys have not yet, I would really appreciate it a ton. Alright, so as we can see on the day, the total crypto market isn't down too bad today. It's only about 1.4% to a market cap of about 1.6 trillion. And Dogecoin is sitting at currently about 38 cents, close to that 38 cents price point. If we take a look at the chart over the last 7 days, we can see this huge run up which was caused by the Coinbase listing. And the same thing happened. I keep mentioning it every video, but I want to make sure that everyone understands. And for the new viewers, they also hear this. Oftentimes when there's news coming out, a lot of times what happens is that there's this saying that goes, buy the rumor, sell the news. So when Coinbase said that they're going to be releasing Dogecoin on their platform in 2 days, that caused the price to shoot up from about 31 cents right here up to a price of about 44 cents per Dogecoin. And then after it actually got released on Coinbase, the thing that happened is it dumped. It dumped right after it happened. Most people expect that once it actually happens, the price will shoot up even more, but it's quite the opposite. And that's something you just need to take advantage of and be careful of, knowing when you could actually take some profits and when you could buy some more shares, actually some more coins at a lower price to increase your position in Dogecoin or any other coin or stock, because this also applies to the stock market oftentimes as well. So what does this mean for Dogecoin? Well, at the current price point in Dogecoin is that I think it's at a pretty good place. Right now what it's really doing is just consolidating. It's not really moving much. It had this huge run up, fell down, and now it's just moving around. And I'm going to show you guys something a little bit insightful. So if we can draw a trend line here, we can notice that Dogecoin is actually following this trend right here. You can see that it bounced off of this line multiple times. You can see it bounced here once, right here, twice, right here, and a third time, or even a fourth time, you can call this 1, 2, right here. So it bounced off this trend line 4 times. And what's next for Dogecoin then? Well, if it continues following this trend, which I think it personally will follow this trend, and it can follow this trend, what could happen is either we could have a dip back down to this trend line where we would be at about 34 cents per Doge, maybe at the lower point like 33.5 cents per Dogecoin, which would be a pretty good buying opportunity. And then we could see a bounce from there all the way up to this resistance level, which we saw about in April, mid-April, April 16th to April 20th, where it hit it twice and always bounced back down. So I would realistically see Dogecoin dropping down to a price of possibly, like, it doesn't even need to drop down low. It could just go straight to the resistance like it did right here. Where worst case scenario, it'll probably drop to about a 34 cent Dogecoin, which would be a pretty good buying opportunity. And then from there, we could move upwards to a 44 cent Dogecoin. So that's about a 10 cent move. And in Dogecoin prices, that's about like a 20 to 25% return within the span of, I think this could happen within the span of a few days. So those are some pretty good gains. And from there, what can really happen is if we extend this trend line, we can see what I would expect to happen is for Dogecoin to either drop down here and continue bouncing here. And what it could do from here, stay here for a little bit, break above, retest, because oftentimes when it breaks above resistance, it retests, and then shoot back up. And I think that as long as the bull run isn't over, which I personally don't think it is over, a lot of people are saying it's over, but I think that's what every whale, all the institutions, all the media is trying to manipulate people to think, so that they can get people to sell and buy in at the lowest prices they can, and then launch it back up and have people FOMO in at the top where they're going to be selling and making all their money. So just oftentimes what happens is you got to go against the crowd, and that's what oftentimes makes you the most amount of money. So this is my current prediction for Dogecoin, where I think that it could have a bounce back down to around 34 cents. Doesn't need to. It could go straight up to the resistance point right here. And if it does that, I think it'll retest about 40 cents, 44 cents, and then launch back up to the moon. I think Dogecoin, by the end of this bull cycle, could definitely hit $1 per Dogecoin without a question. So we can see some news about Dogecoin. Dogecoin was released on Coinbase, like I mentioned before, and Coinbase is actually pushing this out quite a bit. You can see that they had multiple tweets about it on their Twitter account, which has 2.7 million followers. So quite a lot of people are following them. Just going to leave this right here, and they have a nice little Dogecoin GIF. Right below that, they actually mentioned that they're having a giveaway of $1.2 million of Doge. And if you guys are use Coinbase, make sure to enter into this because if you make a trade of about $100 in Dogecoin, you'll be entered into the giveaway where you could win either, let's check it out. I think it's about, one person could win $300,000 in Doge, 10 people can win $30,000 in Doge, and 6,000 people can win $100 in Doge. So even if you're one of the 6,000 people who win $100, that doesn't work. That you don't always find that on the street. Like it's always good to get some extra money. And this is just basically just making a trade of Dogecoin. So let's say Dogecoin were to follow the trend we're predicting where it drops back down. You want to buy some more Dogecoin? Go ahead, hop onto Coinbase, buy yourself $100 of Dogecoin. You'll be entered into the sweepstakes, and then you could ride it back up. Who knows? Maybe you'll even win 30,000, or you'll get lucky and you'll win 300,000. But all of this, what we can see from Coinbase is that we're getting a large amount of outside support of Dogecoin. It's not just influencers now. Now we have massive companies, and Coinbase, if I'm not mistaken, is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, crypto exchange in the United States. And it's pushing Dogecoin so much where it's literally giving out free Dogecoin to people in very, very large quantities. If you take a look, whenever another coin gets listed on Coinbase, they usually just give out like $3 of it for free. But here we have some massive support where they're giving up $1.2 million of Dogecoin. So what does this mean? Well, I personally think that Dogecoin is here to stay since so many huge companies, huge influencers as well, like Elon Musk, Mark Cuban, and those are just some of them. There's so many other smaller influencers and even some bigger influencers who are pushing Dogecoin. I think that Dogecoin is here to stay, and it's definitely going to stay in the top 10, top 5 for quite a bit. I think it could definitely climb up to the top 5 coins. And by the end of this bull run, my personal prediction is for Dogecoin to hit between $1 and $3. So from here, that would be about a 3 to 9x in price. So that's not bad. Yeah, so those are basically the Dogecoin news I wanted to mention to you guys in this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to smash that like button below and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you guys have not yet. And I'll see you guys in the next one.